Hello, I'm Rob Elford with Gale Force Winds, and I've been overjoyed to spend the day here today at the Oceans Advance inaugural conference called Innovation Waves. I've had so many incredible conversations about all the incredible things that are happening here in Newfoundland, and so I'm overjoyed to now begin this conversation. Do you mind introducing yourself and talk about who you're with and why you're here?
Sure. I'm Randy Billard. I'm the President CEO of Virtual Marine. We're a company out of Newfoundland, and we've been in the ocean tech sector for over 20 years now. We started off in the oil and gas sector, giving people the opportunity to practice launching a lifeboat into high sea states. So we're one of those simulation groups where we put people in situations where they can practice safely without a danger of safety or a danger of harsh environments. Sorry. And we've, over the last few years, been very involved in the defense world because a lot of the ocean expertise we have and harsh environments expertise we have, in particular in ice, has driven us heavily into the defense world. And now we have over half of our business in defense too. So we are one of those dual-use, dual-purpose technology groups that started in one sector and moving into another right now.
So can you give me an example of that dual-use technology?
Sure. So we, as I mentioned, we started off in the oil and gas sector building simulations for small boats in harsh environments. So launching a lifeboat from an oil and gas platform in a 7-meter sea. This is actually one of the things people had to practice on, or were supposed to have practice for in the Ocean Ranger, but unfortunately didn't get a chance to. And we were founded on a research program that was looking at how do you make the life-saving equipment and the training for life-saving equipment better. And we came up with the idea of a simulator. So if you can teach people how to land a plane with broken landing gear, using a flight simulator, we can teach people how to launch a lifeboat into high sea states using a simulator. So we got really good at small boats, lifeboats first, and we moved into high-speed craft like ribs, and ribs pulled us into the Coast Guard world. And suddenly we started out building simulators for oil and gas platforms, moved into the Coast Guard, and then we're building trainers that can teach the Coast Guard how to do search and rescue missions and such. And now this day and age where there's so many mission rehearsals needed for different types of applications, including mission readiness for defense, we just fell right into the defense lab. And now we can build trainers for the defense so they can practice small boat operations. But I think one of our key points of expertise, is we got really good at modeling ice, Canada's ice and Canada's harsh environments. And given the need for security and sovereignty in the north right now, there's a driven need for us to extend our small boat simulations into preparing people for the Arctic, and that's our next biggest product push right now.
Yeah. So tell me about Oceans Advance and what they bring to bear for your company.
We've always gotten tremendous support from this community.
Yeah.
So, and I'll give a shout out to Shelley. We've been here for 20 years, and she was one of the people who helped us start off with getting involved in the ocean tech community. When I was part of a 3-person company, her and Ocean Advance took us on and exposed us to the greater community in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And we got to know it really well. We got to work with it. We're still established here in Newfoundland. This is where the expertise is. The expertise is here in Newfoundland. And they helped us grow our expertise, grow our reputation, and now they're helping us take us to a global stage. And both as an advocate and a door opener for us, Oceans Advance has been a tremendous support to us.
Fabulous. Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that so many other people today have echoed that same sentiment. What's the secret sauce in success in this harsh environment of Newfoundland and offshore? What's the secret sauce? Why are you so successful?
I think it comes from a number of factors, but not the least of which is that how we innovate and how the expertise we have here in this province. We come from a heritage of respecting the water. We come from a heritage of not just talking about the water, but living in it. I grew up in a small boat. I went around a harbour collecting joyriding sometimes in a boat, but out with my uncle's fishing and such, and I had a full appreciation for the water. Not just the appreciation of what the water can bring us in terms of the food industry and the resource industry, but the danger of the harsh environments too. Like when we saw the wind change and the clouds go grey, we had to get home because it can turn its face real quick.
Stay humble.
Yeah. So when we talk about the problems and we talk about the people who solve the problem and we talk about the expertise, we know people one arm length away who either live through it or are working in it. And it's so easy to draw on that community of expertise here and say, hey, we're building a technology. Do you think it would fit? Or where do you see it fitting? Or how can we make it better? And within a few kilometers here in Newfoundland, we have so many experts we can draw on, and just makes such a rich environment. And it's not just the expertise; it's the willingness to support the expertise. I mentioned earlier, we started off as a small company. 1 or 2 people here started 21 years ago, and happy to say we're doing the same thing for companies today. Doesn't matter, we're a 50-person company. We see small companies coming forward and say they got something very niche and novel. Say, yeah, I remember when we were like that. Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you talked to this person? Have you talked to that group? Just that sense of community is always there.
Yeah, it's tremendous what Oceans Advance is doing. It's tremendous what companies like you have achieved. And I just want to thank you for this time, for this conversation. And I hope our paths cross again soon.
All right. Thanks again. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.